How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk about stocks and focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. We also got to put in a disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor, and this isn't financial advice. So just know when you do invest, you're doing it at your own risk. And you know what time it is. It is time for the joke of the day. If you are new to this channel, we do this 5 days out of the work week. Maybe you had maybe you had a stressful day. Maybe it was the market conditions while you came to watch this video, plus hear one of my corny jokes. So here it comes. Why are toilets always so good at poker? Because they always get a flush. Pretty corny, right? So the stock we're going to be talking about today is ChargePoint. You guys already know how bullish I am about this stock. I was telling you guys, hey, when it was at $20, and if you can get it below that $20 level, you're definitely getting it at a great steal, and it was something that you needed to consider. I know many of you took advantage of that opportunity, and you're definitely smiling like myself right now. But like I normally do in all my videos, of course, we got to do an agenda. In all my videos, I have timestamps that you can see down below inside the description. So the first thing that we're going to be going over is the recent news that came out for ChargePoint, and I feel this is huge. And part of the reasons being, it really does solidify them as leaders in the charging station space. There are many companies that are coming out, and we've also talked about one of those on the channel, which is EVgo. But one thing that we need to realize about ChargePoint, it's a leader. And this coming out in regards to the news, I think even solidifies that even more. We already know as far as market share and as well as infrastructure, man, they got this in the bag. But hey, we're going to be going over that update. And then after that, we're also going to be doing a technical analysis. A lot of you guys asked me that question. So what is a good price to really buy ChargePoint at? Many of you will ask me, where's the support? Where's the resistance? Why am I seeing this particular type of price action? So that's the reason why I do the technical analysis. So we'll be doing that. And also, there have been some updates in regards to recent institutional buys and as well as short interest information. The reason why this is key, we know if institutions are going to be buying into a stock, they want to make sure they get a return on investment. We shouldn't just use this alone in regards to investment decisions, but at the same time, it is another tool in the toolbox to help us with our decisions. And then after, when all of that is done, you guys know I'll be giving you my final thoughts. So let's get into it. So we're now going to be going over the recent news update for ChargePoint, what I think is very huge and is part of the reasons why I'm sharing it with you guys. So ChargePoint integrates Android with its dashboard screen. Drivers can access maps to gas stations, station status, and more. So let's read on further. ChargePoint, an electric vehicle charging network, is working with Android Auto to allow drivers to access charging information directly from their car dashboard infotainment system. At ChargePoint, we know that the shift to electric mobility relies on driver experience, and ChargePoint's Android Auto app is another pivotal step in the evolution already underway, driven by software and increased connectivity, said Bill Lothenwell, Senior Vice President of Product for ChargePoint. By integrating essential charging data directly into the vehicle's infotainment system, drivers are even more empowered and informed. With the ability to connect their phone directly to their EV through Android Auto, drivers now have access to ChargePoint app information right on the vehicle display. The enhanced connection between the app and vehicle represents a next step in how drivers and passengers fueling mobility and how ChargePoint is delivering technology solutions to fit the needs of EV drivers now and in the future, said Lothenwell. Android users can access the ChargePoint app on their vehicle display by connecting an Android phone with the ChargePoint app installed and running Android 6.0 or above to an Android Auto compatible vehicle. Key features of the application include map with nearby stations, ability to check station status, select the station list for more detailed information, begin a charging session, Filter nearby stations by charging speed, availability, and cost. I think this one is actually a really good one and a great benefit, especially to help with the adoption. And I can see a lot of people actually finding this particular feature useful. Compatibility with the driver's EV make and model. That's great to hear. If a station is busy, the driver can use the in-vehicle app to click notify me to find out when the station becomes available. Again, this is another huge plus right here. Hey, I just love how this is looking. Campbell, California-based ChargePoint has a network of hundreds of thousands of charging points around the world and has reportedly supplied more than 90 million charges. All right, so that's what I wanted to kind of go over with you guys. I think this is great news for ChargePoint, and I can't wait to see what the future holds. As you guys know, I'm definitely long-term when it comes to this stock. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for ChargePoint, ticker symbol CHPT. So it ended up closing the day at $25.32, being up 1.36% on the day. As far as the lows where it tested $24.25, and on the high testing $26.12. So right away, when we take a look at the chart for ChargePoint, when we first were talking about this and how important it was to start building out your position in this $20 range, I definitely do see that, hey, we're seeing some strong upside as of late. And one thing we need to understand in regards to the recent trends, we're seeing increasing levels of support from when we spoke about it. You can see here right when it was at that $19 level back on April the 21st to where we are right now, we are definitely seeing increasing levels of support. But the thing is, do we want to see this continue to hold up? So seeing how it's been holding up very well, we could see right away we have some support here right at this $24.60 level. Anytime this particular area does end up breaking, a next level to look out for is right around $24. Another thing that we want to take notice of, and I've been noticing some strong action with ChargePoint, is how well it's staying within this $25 area. So keeping an eye on that, I think, is very key, especially going into next week. Another thing clearly that we need to take notice of are areas of resistance. We definitely have an area of resistance here right at this $26 level, and as well over here around this $27 level as well. You can see we had some opportunities where we tried to come close to retesting this area, but then we're met with a lot of selling pressure. So what I'd want to see, hey, is ChargePoint going to be able to get past this $27 area of resistance? If it's able to do this, then definitely look out for a move going all the way up to $27.50, and then if more buying pressure ensues, then after we could see a move going up into $28. But from what it's looking like, looking at the recent trend, we definitely have this area of resistance at 27 and also this area of resistance right here at 26. Support is definitely looking like it is around 25, another area here at 24.50, and if that area did ever end up breaking, look out for $23 and that 90-cent area, which we ended up seeing actually inside the pre-market. Will it be able to actually pull back further? Yes, this can potentially happen. As you know, ChargePoint is a very volatile stock. Even if we take a look, I'm going to zoom it out a little bit with 6 months chart. So as you can see with the 6 months chart, hey, there's definitely a possibility it could pull back further and you might be able to get in cheaper if you're looking for a long-term play or maybe looking for a swing trade. So that's what my final thoughts are for ChargePoint, and I'm liking the price action since we spoke about it. Like I said, I told you guys to buy at $20, and here we are where we're at. So we're now on fintel.io, and we're going to take a look at some recent institutional buys for ChargePoint, and as well as checking out the short interest information. So as we scroll down on the page, you guys know green rows indicate new positions while red rows indicate closed positions. And wow, one word is wow for ChargePoint. We definitely have institutions who are loading the boat in this stock. If we take a look even for today, for April the 30th, what we have so far, this could change later on. We have Wealth Street Investment Advisors going in with a new position at 16,000 shares, Creative Planning going in with another 16,000, and IFP Advisors going in with a 1,000, so pretty minimal. But if we take a look at what's been going down from the 28th to the 29th, the 27th, the 26th, institutions are definitely loading the boat on ChargePoint. And like we know, institutions are not going to be investing in companies that give bad investments. They're looking to get a return on their investments. Okay, so this is one of the things we want to take notice of. So if we take a look at the short interest information, the short volume ratio is at 28%. So what does this mean? We have some short squeeze potential here. This last market update was on April the 29th. So what does this mean? So out of 7.8 million shares that were traded, almost 2.1 million of those shares were sold short. So that's something to understand and to realize. If we look at the short shares availability, it is at 700, so not that many. And we look at the short borrow free rate, it is around 9.49%, which is fairly significant. Taking a look at the history of the short volume ratio, ChargePoint again is no stranger to being in these particular areas and also having short squeeze potential. And it's part of the reasons why we see drastic moves in price actions intraday. So that's to kind of give you an update as far as what's going on if you're a shareholder of ChargePoint. And you guys know I go long on this stock and I love the long-term prospects. So for my final thoughts for ChargePoint, like I said previously, I am continuing to stay bullish on this stock. I do believe that within the next 5 to 10 years, we are definitely going to be rewarded as shareholders. Another thing is this particular partnership that they got with Android. I'm hoping you guys really do see the opportunity here and the fact that it really solidifies them as a leader. We can only imagine what's going to be happening, especially we already know a lot of money is going to be rolled in to charging stations, right? And improving the overall and expanding infrastructure alone. And we've seen that the EV sector has definitely been witnessing a run-up, and I do believe that run-up will continue. A lot of stocks in the EV space are going to be going up. And if you're looking for a leader amongst charging stations, then you should be considering ChargePoint. But of course, you want to make sure you do your homework and you do your due diligence. That's part of the reasons why I am long-term when it comes to ChargePoint, and I have no plans of selling. I'm going to be holding my shares. Like I said, look out for those pullbacks if they do present themselves, because ChargePoint does come with a lot of volatility. Also, just taking a look at the recent institutional ownership and buys, institutions are definitely bullish on ChargePoint. And also on top of that, the reasons why we see some serious moves in price action is that short squeeze potential. So just being aware of that and knowing all of this information, I feel that is very, very key, and is why I discussed this in the video. Hope you guys found this helpful, and we'll be talking real soon.